Hey boys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Twins Crew mode. We're taking on the 11th place Dragons, and I think the origin period is still going on, but we could have our players back, but I decided to give the players another couple of games off, so we got our understrength side once again taking on a pretty decent Dragons team. The Dragons in this game, they're just rated very well. They've got a lot of players high rated, and overall they're a tough side, so with a bit of an understrength side it's going to be difficult. Or even though like our backup players are pretty good, and Hoffman off the kickoff is kind of weaving in and out of traffic here, cuts back on the inside. That was a nice little move right there, and he's going to pick up the early penalty, but unfortunately you can't do much with it. But we get another opportunity right here to mount a bit of pressure. Ryan James straight through onto Tuivasa-Sheck, onto Zillman straight through, surely Dugan, I think it is. I think it's Dugan. It might be Marshall, actually. No, it's Dugan. Definitely Dugan. Comes across with a big tackle. But yeah, as I was saying, our replacements like Kevin Gordon, Zillman, even Nene McDonald, they're all pretty good. But right here, they were straight through the gap. I think it was Farrell who was straight through, but he decided to kick it. And fortunately for us, it wasn't quite a 40-20. It was very close, but not quite. And Drew Hutchinson's straight through the gap here with a nice offload. But Christian Hazard with a brilliant chase right there to hold him. And then Benji Marshall puts in the bomb. Ryan James underneath it. And pretty much I was like, nope, I'm just batting this dead. I wasn't going to risk it. So we take the line drop out. Not too bad. But apparently not good enough. Is Hoffman the only one who was covering the middle, as Benji Marshall just runs straight through the middle. As you can probably imagine, I was not very happy with that. You know, Hoffman missed the first tackle, but then there was nobody in sight, straight up the middle of the field. So, yeah, not a great start to the game. It was a good start for Hoffman, and it is going to be that man Hoffman again, fielding a nice pass, weaving in once again, fending off the winger. Number 5 just got absolutely demolished. And then the number 14 does not have the pace to keep up, and Hoffman is going to be that man again to get us back into the game. He's saving games for us. He's keeping us in the game. Hoffman, you know, Hoffman is one of my favorite players in real life, and he's really good in this game, which I really like. I think it's Mahe Fanua on the wing there. Sort of looked like him, but he just got destroyed as Hazard does get the conversion. And right here, decided to spread it wide, and a nice little inside pass there to the forward there. I thought he was straight through, but a good covering tackle. But we try to spread it wide here. A nice little offload, but Zillman puts it straight down, and the Dragons on the counter-attack. And that man, once again, Hoffman coming strong. Is he going to get there? Puts in a big shot, and he drags him over the sideline. That was awesome. I gotta say, that was sick, man. But right here, Zillman puts down an absolute sitter. Bang, straight across. Like, look at that. That was such a perfect angle. Hoffman with the speed just to put him into touch. That was so realistic. It was so cool. But what an inside pass that was. We're throwing it around here. This is just before half time. You know, we're trying to force our hand right here. Should have went to Zillman. We do find room with Tuivasa-Sheck, but unfortunately it comes off the Dragon player there, and it should have been knock on by them, but they get the ball. So last play, second last play, see what the Dragons have got, see if they try to force their hand, throw it around a bit, and they do try to throw it. They throw it along here, picked off there by Hazard, who gets it straight out to Glenn onto Nene McDonald, onto Kevin Gordon, and Gordon inside Dugan, and that is going to be just a ridiculous try on halftime. The siren had already gone about 10 seconds beforehand, and the Dragons throw a wild pass out to the wing, or out to the center, and Hazard picks it up, goes straight onto the counter attack. That's what our team's good at, is counter attacking. We do that a lot in these games, and all of a sudden down 6-0, up 12-6 at half time with a pretty lucky try. But straight after half time, they put in an absolute beauty of a kick right there, and I get called in touch. I didn't want to touch it. It was going to be a 40-20, but I knew as soon as I grabbed it, he was going to run out. So it was just one of those kicks where it was too good. I had to be like anticipating him going for that straight away, but the Dragons pretty much straight away just bombed it. They pass it straight into the player, gets called for a knock on. So we get a good opportunity off the scrum here. Nana McDonald onto Hoffman, and Hoffman, see you later. That is going to be another try. You know, just those little errors. The Dragons, they've had I mean, this game, they've definitely been in this game, the Dragons, but just a couple of sloppy errors have cost them dearly. I mean, that try just on half-time, the intercept, and then that try, it could have been a try to the Dragons if they didn't drop the ball, but off the scrum, we make them pay. So 18-6 up, a good lead. And 50 minutes gone here. We decide to spread it wide onto Nana McDonald. Cuts back on the inside. Throws a beautiful pass over the top to Kevin Gordon. And that is going to be another try, back to back. Gordon for the corner. Doesn't try to make it easier for Hazard. But what a nice pass. That was beautiful. He gets absolutely creamed by Dugan. But that's what I like to see. Our substitutes coming on. They're not full-time members of our squad at the moment, but you know, they're coming in doing the job, and Nana McDonald right there putting his body on the line for the try. Got absolutely cream, but good stuff as we go up 24-6. bit under 20 minutes to go. Tuvashek, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but he finds a bit of room, but then he gets crunched there by the number 15. And we try to spread it wide onto Grezmiel, gets it out to Ryan James. Ryan James through a bit of a gap. Onto Christian Hazard, onto Terapo. Terapo gets it out to Gordon. I was going out, so I had to throw it back in. Probably a little bit silly. We just threw one too many passes. Should have just strained up, but just one of those times, you know, you're up by 18 points, you're going to force your hand. But the Dragons here put up a bomb, and it's going to be Dylan Farrell. Jumps above the pack. I mean, if you look at that leap, it's probably realistic. I mean, Dylan Farrell was a lot taller than any players we had. He got up way above, I think it was LG and Zillman, who aren't the tallest players in real life. So, you know, not that unrealistic, that try, as Benji Marshall does convert. So, you know, gives the Dragons a little bit of a sniff. But in reality, we shouldn't lose this game. As we spread it wide here, Terapo gets the ball back to Nana McDonald, who just puts it down off the chest. I couldn't believe it. That's like our pet play right there. It's usually Glenn onto Roberts, and I guess the change in play is sort of mixed it up. McDonald's not really used to it, so usually that play works for us all the time. But you know, it's cool that that I changed. You know, it's a different team, that the play didn't actually come off, but we did pick up the win. A bit scrappy second half, but nonetheless, a good win. Hopefully you boys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.